friends, what is up and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I'm about to tell you about that secret thing that I have been building, which you can tell from the title is I basically turned my bed into a bookshelf. I wanted to kind of sit down and talk about this because it is obviously something that you are going to see in my videos because it is pretty massive and it's not really like I can hide it, and I know I'm going to get questions about it. But basically, I turned my bed into a bookshelf because I was at work and I was talking to my manager about running out of space for my books. And my room's not particularly small. I could definitely fit more bookshelves over here, but I did want to kind of like cut down on the space that I am taking up for myself because I want room to kind of move around in my room and do things. So I was telling him about that and he said, you should just put your books on the floor and basically make a bed out of that. And because of that, it kind of got my wheels churning in my head a little bit. And I was talking to my friend Mike. You will see him throughout this video. He does woodworking. He's definitely like one of those crafty people. He is remodeling his house currently. And I was telling him that I wanted to build something like this. And I was looking online and I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for. And that is something that is pretty customizable. I feel like when I see them online, they're a lot shorter. They have like one shelf, maybe on like one or two sides, and that's not really what I wanted. I also wanted something much taller. I wanted something that had storage in the middle of it, and that is kind of what we came up with. So today, that is what I'm going to be showing you. I don't know how I'm going to do this video. I don't know if I'm going to be inserting footage as I speak or if I'm going to be doing footage at the end, so it'll be a surprise to me as it is to you. But basically, what we did is my friend Mike kind of drew out a plan and then presented it to me and was like, okay, does this make sense? Is this kind of what you're looking for? So he asked me how deep I wanted the shelves, how tall I would like it. I will try if I can get it from him to list the plans that we use down below. The only thing about that to keep in mind is that I have a full-size bed and I wanted one that was about 31 inches after we put my mattress on it. So I have a 12-inch mattress, like foam, what are they called? Memory foam mattress on top of this. So it depends on kind of what size you're going for and how deep you want your shelves. But so they presented this idea to me and we kind of sat with it for a couple of weeks, and then we went to Home Depot. I put this up on Instagram to ask people if they could guess what I was building. A lot of people guessed bookshelves, which you're not actually wrong. Obviously, I built some form of bookshelf. But my other favorite one, like my most favorite one that I got, was a birdhouse for Mothman. And I was reading this. This is from my Reading is Odd. I'll list her channel down below, but I just started cackling while reading that. A couple of other people guessed coffin. I don't know why you guys thought I would build a coffin, but I guess that's not actually that far off. But basically this was a really easy process. It took us 2 days. We were hoping it would only take us 1, but because I do live in an apartment complex, we did have to kind of like stop around 9 o'clock at night because quiet hours around here are 10, but we did also run out of sunlight. So we were working on the back patio of my apartment complex, and that was more than enough room to get done what we needed to get done. So today is the day we are building my bookshelf bed. I've been talking about this for a while. Finally figured out exactly how we're going to do it. My friend Barnhouse is helping me. I'm going to try to document as much as possible. My room is currently a mess. Let me show you. So this is where my bed's going to go. There's my headboard. I left my bookshelf here, but this is what the rest of my bed currently looks like. My desk is behind this. So I'm excited to have everything put back to where it needs to go. But we started out the first day by going to Home Depot. The cool thing about Home Depot is because we were buying big sheets of plywood, they do actually cut those down for you. So if you know the measurements that you're sort of expecting, you can do 10 cuts and it's 50 cents per cut. They didn't actually charge us though, and they did a lot more cuts for us than I thought they would do. I think it's because the guy who was doing the wood cutting for us is pretty interested in what we were doing. So we kind of like were talking to him the whole time and it was really fun. But basically, so we went and got the wood, and the wood, when it comes to purchasing that, you can kind of choose the level of the plywood that you would like to use. This is a very simple design. So the plywood that we chose was pretty thick, but pretty inexpensive. I think we got 4 big sheets, and getting that and wood glue, it ended up only costing us about $111. Well, costing me $111. So this whole bed was $111. The bonus to this though is that Mike already had paint, so other things that you may need while building this are some sort of nail gun if you do have it. If you don't, I think you can get away with using regular nails and a hammer. I just think it'll take a lot of time. We did have a handsaw for little minor cuts that we needed to make throughout building this, like little changes that we needed, or if we cut something maybe a little too long, whatever it may be. And then you will also need, like I said, paint, because Mike already had paint, so I didn't need to purchase any of that, but a gallon of paint will do. We did start off when we were first building the bed by using wood glue and nails, but we actually stopped using the wood glue because we didn't feel like we necessarily needed it. The bed is incredibly sturdy. Another really cool thing about this bed is obviously it is very customizable. So my bed, I decided how tall I wanted it based on how tall I wanted the shelves. I do like a really tall bed. It is something that I've always really enjoyed, and I think it's because I used to sleep on like a mattress on the floor growing up because I was really finicky about, I don't know, just the way that I used to sleep. So as an adult, definitely the last 8 or 9 years, I preferred beds that are much, much taller. Mine comes up to about my hips. For reference, I am 5'10". So even me, when I sit on the edge of my bed, my feet don't necessarily touch the ground. But the cool thing about this is you can kind of modify it for how tall you need it to be. You will use less wood that way, and you can kind of decide the depth of your shelves. That was something that was really cool when we were kind of brainstorming how to do this. Mike was asking me, how deep I'd like the shelves, or, how wide necessarily I would like each of them. Now, if you look at the side of my bed, obviously you will see that the front, well, you can't really see the front or the back, but the front of my bed does have 4 like cubby shelves. The corner sections are solid, and that is because that is sort of where the wood comes together. But I do like that I have these 4 smaller shelves on the front and the back. And then on the sides, on both sides, I do have 2 giant shelves that I can put whatever I want to in there. Another really cool thing about this design, as you guys will see in the building of it is kind of hollow in the middle of it, and it is done in 4 sections. So there are 2 larger shelves on each side of my bed, but if later on I would like to go in and add like specific shelves in the front, like to kind of break that up horizontally, I can do that. But for now, I just wanted to leave them as 2 big shelves, which actually worked really well because we were short a little bit of wood. So I do like the way it kind of turned out. I can put a lot of my really tall books on there. I could put any kind of like the best example when we were kind of designing this was we were figuring out the biggest hardback book that I owned to make sure that it fit in the front of my shelves. And then we were trying to think of any other larger books like coffee table books, or maybe even like if you've seen the big collection of saga books. They're massive, but those can fit on the side of my shelves. And that's what I really wanted to make sure is that I could fit any kind of book wherever I needed to put it. And Mike kind of made me aware of that. He's like, you just want to make sure that you're going to be able to fit any kind of book that you'd like. Well, like I said, it is super customizable. In the design of it, it is done, like I said, in 4 parts. Each 4 parts are identical, so I can kind of move them around how I would like them. But the middle of it, because we wanted to have some sort of storage, and because we didn't really need to fill out the middle part, we do have 4 support beams right in the middle. But on the inside of that, I can store things. So, if I pull aside like a corner of my bed, I can put things underneath there that maybe I don't need to have out all the time. So that also saves me on space. So it saves me on bookshelf space, and then it also saves me on storage space. And that was something that was really important when we were building this. You can do a lot of different designs with this if you want. If you have enough support, you could definitely put like a shelf, like a drawer that you can pull out from the front of your bed if you'd like it. I didn't want to do anything like that though, because storage, like internal storage, like in the middle of the bed was really important, and then just having shelves on the outside, that was the thing that I really wanted to focus on. I just didn't want my bed, like the space that my bed inhabits, to be just for my bed. I did want it to be able to work as kind of like a dual space for me. And I loved this whole process. I'm going to show you guys all of the footage that I have as we build it towards the end of the video, but it was a lot of fun. And like I said, it was pretty inexpensive, and it was just born from an idea for a need that I had for my space. And I truly, truly love having it. So I'm going to show you guys kind of the building process and what we did, and we're gonna get started and just show you kind of how we put everything together. The video footage isn't gonna be the best because obviously I've never done something like this, and a lot of the time was spent painting. That's one thing I will say. We painted the bed before we kind of put it together. What I would say is hold off on painting it till after, because you can kind of see where you need to paint things, and it will be a lot more seamless than maybe my bed is. Another thing that I like about this bed is I like kind of, I don't know, I want to say like homemade looking things. Now this bed is very well constructed. It looks very good, but there are definitely bits of it that you can tell like we built this bed, and I love that, to have that memory of something that I made with my friend with my hands. It's really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll the footage so you guys can see kind of what we did in constructing my bed. so that is everything. That is what we did to kind of build my bed. I am so excited to have it. I am absolutely in love with it. The only thing that I will say is if you are like me and you have a memory foam mattress, they do not require that you have any kind of box spring for memory foams. You can definitely put them on the floor, put them on, what I have here, just like a flat, hard surface, and it will be fine. But I will say that any memory foam mattress you put on top of something like this, as with putting it on the floor, it's going to feel firmer. And I don't mind a firm bed, but I am going to be getting some kind of mattress topper because I do feel a little bit of pain in my hips when I sleep right now. And I think that's a lot to do with working so much and wanting just like a really, really soft surface to sleep on. So I am going to be getting a little bit of a mattress topper for my bed. But other than that, I absolutely love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was fun to watch. It's just been a lot of fun to kind of like think about and put together and like daydream about. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys think, if you'd be interested in building something like this. It's just, I don't know, it's been a dream basically to have this bed, so I'm so glad that I finally do. But I love you guys a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.